Splatoon is a team-based PvP game. Everyone gets upset at least once while playing the game. We are all human after all. This is not a video I thought I would be making, but I wanted to so that this video can allow people to reflect on themselves and improve their experience and have fun. You know, do what the game is made for. This will be a discussion type of video. Feel free to tab out and to listen in on what I have to say. All I will ask you to do is like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed this video. Before giving you tips, I would like to share a very personal experience I had and what I did to overcome my shortcomings, hoping this will give you context on how you too can improve your attitude. I am incredibly competitive. I want fights to be fair. I have a pretty bad temper, and that's something I've been working on for years. In Splatoon 2, I didn't play a lot of ranked at the time, and I had an attitude of entitlement, negativity towards my teammates, and got stressed out easily. A year ago, I played some competitive Splatoon 2 and participated in a low ink tournament. It's a low X rank tournament. We got third, and overall was a fun experience, but I made a mistake. That tournament ruined the game for me. To give an example, my opponents messed up in a fight, but I didn't capitalize on it and died anyways. Instead on trying to figure out what I did wrong, I focused on how badly my opponents played that fight and got frustrated at myself. It is very human to shift blame, but it is important to realize that you're doing it and stop. We are all more or less sensitive to getting tilted. It has taken me years to understand something very important. Nobody cares that you're mad. It's not worth your energy to mull over it. People that watch me on stream know that I still get upset every now and then. When I go on rants, it's mostly because I have an audience that listens to me. But really, no one cares. Let me repeat this. No one cares that you're mad. And that is the hardest thing to accept because it makes you feel like your feelings aren't validated. More recently, I got upset over this reflex player for painting the base over and over, never interacting with the opponent, just missile spam. In my opinion, that playstyle is pretending to be useful. You are missing a player on your team and is very unfun for the enemy team to deal with. It is currently the only thing that makes me truly upset at the moment in Splatoon 3, as I find the playstyle very unhealthy for the game. I find that it is healthy for me to discuss about the problem that a game has, but not dwell on it or get upset. Nothing is worth getting upset over. If anything, getting emotional over something takes away from the argument you are trying to make. Something people don't understand is that criticism about something shows how much you love the game. You want the best for the game and you want it to improve. But when it comes to your own performance, it is very hard to stay objective and have enough retrospective to judge things properly. When I get in a heated debate, I just imagine little Jimmy behind the screen playing Minecraft, listening to the stream, and then closing the tab because nobody needs more anxiety in their life. I associate getting upset over something as caring, but you can care about something without dwelling on it and discussing it when you're upset. So, how do you deal with tilt? You may have noticed in my videos, I try to compliment the other side. Trying to be positive about what your opponent is doing, trying to figure out what you can do better, changes your attitude completely about the game. The second thing, when you find yourself complaining about your teammates, it is the most humbling experience to watch back on your own gameplay. You'll notice you are probably making as many, if not more mistakes than your own teammates. However, it is important to acknowledge the mistakes of your teammates so that you can play around it. All you can do is take a deep breath and think, how can I help the team? Because focusing on that player will just make you play worse. If you find yourself shifting blame on this weapon is broken, slashing machine, focus on respecting the weapon's strengths, their team composition strengths, and how to deal with it. Having this attitude on how you can do better will lead to less tilt and being more self-aware on your behavior and mistakes. Now I want to talk about how you deal with BM, aka bad manners, in Splatoon 3. You all know what I'm going to talk about. The squid begging, the dazzlingly dismal of despondent deaths behavior, the evil woomy. If someone is trying to get in your head, make you play worse, just laugh it off and move on. It is silly to get upset over so little. Some teabaggers want you to tilt, want you to get affected by it and play worse. At the end of the day, it's a game. If you aren't having fun, it means that you need a break. I'm not going to lie, my attitude towards bagging over the years has changed. I used to get upset over it. I would only do it back if someone did it to me. Then I decided to never do it. I would target people who would do it to me as a fun minigame to show who's the better player. More and more, I just stopped caring about it. If anything, the animation is so funny and goofy that I found myself doing it. And for a lot of people, when they squid bag, it's not malicious. Some people say it's only okay to do it if it's a friend. Some people say you should never do it. You decide if it's okay or not. I really don't care. Banter has always been in PvP games. The only thing that you can do is learn how to deal with it. The only situations I've seen people squidbag in Splatoon 3 are people that I have splatted over and over and they finally get me. They are upset and salty, that's why they bag. I find it kind of hilarious and petty. If anything, a base invading 3 pures of swim speed sploosh annoys me so much that I find myself bagging them when I splat them because it's a playstyle that I really don't enjoy. The other situation is when I get incredibly outplayed. This is where my tips from earlier come into play. Instead of getting upset, compliment their really good play, or analyze that you did something really stupid and you got punished for it. My reaction is, yeah, I deserve that, I made a stupid play, or this dude outplayed me so hard. Reflecting on what happened in that matter will only make you play better. The third situation of baggers are the players that do it just to make you tilt but are bad at the game. I don't know what to say about that. They are just funny. It would be silly to get mad at them when they are pretty much harmless. I would like to note that some players consider a lot of things as toxic behavior, Sharking being notoriously the biggest offender. Or maybe there's a playstyle that you don't approve of. Man, this 52 gal can't fight in a 1v1 without throwing a splash wall down. Consider that they are just playing the game. Playing the game is not toxic. Playing a weapon to their strengths is not toxic. And if you find yourself making these types of comments, maybe you should reflect on stopping making those comments and start thinking, how can I deal with this? It is better to accept things as status quo, as there's nothing that you can do about it. Does anyone get upset at sweaty gear builds, or maybe someone try-harding in a casual mode like Turf War? I would like to mention that people, after all, no matter the mode, want to win. It's a competitive game, that's how it will always be. If you want to play casually, I would suggest you leave the lobby and move on to the next game and enjoy the game you paid for. These were all my thoughts on the subject. I hope that you enjoyed this discussion type of video and help you take a step back and enjoy the game, as it can be easy sometimes to lose track why you are even playing something you aren't enjoying. If you want more videos like this, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time in another video.